You probably clicked on this article because you want to know what your new career choice is like. You made a fantastic choice. Thank you for reading this article. If you are interested in pursuing a career as a phlebotomy technician or are wondering what it is like to be one, this article gives you a few of the most commonly asked questions about a fast-growing industry. Drawing blood. Phlebotomists use a tourniquet to draw blood, then select a vein, wash the skin, insert the needle, and collect blood for testing or transfusion. Although some patients have excellent veins and for taking blood, many others, particularly seniors and tiny children, may have more difficulty finding a vein. Phlebotomists must have excellent interpersonal skills. Since individuals are afraid, even terrified, of giving blood, the finest phlebotomists are those who can calm patients' worries and empathize with their feelings. Even though phlebotomists witness this every day and the technique is second nature to them, few people give blood on a regular basis, so they may be hesitant at first. The phlebotomy technician role in the world of medicine. Phlebotomists are extremely significant. The ability to acquire a correct blood sample can practically save a patient's life, depending on their condition. They usually check with the nursing station on that floor before meeting a patient to make sure the patient's status hasn't altered after the tests were scheduled. Phlebotomists frequently have to wake awake patients to perform testing. Working with grumpy patients is sometimes necessary, but everyone understands that it is for the greater good. As a result, phlebotomists often have excellent bedside manner and strive hard to put patients at ease. As previously mentioned, certain patients may have difficulty providing blood. In this instance, phlebotomists may need the assistance of a nurse to draw blood effectively. They accomplish this on their own the most of the time, but there are always a few patients who require extra assistance, whether they are elderly, young, or have particular medical issues. Phlebotomists work with a wide range of patients throughout the day, including children, pregnant women, newborns, post-surgery patients, elders, and so on. What kind of hours phlebotomy technicians work? Phlebotomists may work a typical day shift depending on where they work. However, if they work in a hospital or urgent care center, they may work the same shifts as nurses. This means they usually work a few day shifts, then take a day or two off before doing a few night shifts. Phlebotomists can work full-time or part-time, and they can even be on call. The following is an example of the sorts of hours that phlebotomists work at various locations. Working at a clinic or lab is more likely to be a 9-to-5 job with regular business hours. It might be day and night shifts, weekends, etc. at a hospital. There is an increasing demand for phlebotomists. There are always opportunities to pick more hours, create your own schedule, and get overtime. What the daily routine is like. Phlebotomists often begin their workday at 5 or 6 a.m., although shifts can vary. This is due to the fact that they are in charge of ensuring that blood results are consistent and correct. To do so, they must take blood from patients before they eat or engage in any form of exercise or activity that might affect test findings. They receive directives from several departments inside their healthcare provider directing them to which patients they should take blood from. Phlebotomists must have a keen eye for detail since they must identify the proper patient, medical records, and date of birth before collecting blood. Career growth. Lead phlebotomist. If you have significantly more expertise in the field than a typical phlebotomist and possess excellent management abilities, you should apply for a lead phlebotomist position instead. Of course, these employment levels will provide you with not just a larger pay, but also the capacity to implement all of the essential systemic changes. Many of The job requirements are identical to those of a conventional phlebotomist, such as the standard operating procedure and regulatory standards were followed. Computer literacy is required. Inventory control and maintenance. Nonetheless, we persisted in our search and discovered some remarkable job descriptions for the position of lead phlebotomist. Let's take a look at the abilities that were most frequently requested. Phlebotomist's leadership training, providing management with reports, observing the responses of the patient and donor to the operation. Of course, remuneration varies based on the city where the employment is located. And, most importantly, the activities and responsibilities you are required to perform. Final thoughts. Phlebotomists have an interesting job. Their day-to-day is never boring. You'll work with a variety of people while being an important member of the medical team. Your career choice is secured and valued by society. I hope you gained a sense of a typical day in the life as a phlebotomist. Phlebotomy technician is a rewarding career.